Imagine a world where rubber was a disappointment. In the early 1800s, rubber was a new wonder. It came from trees in faraway lands. People were amazed by this bouncy material. They saw its incredible potential for many uses. They dreamed of shoes that kept water out. They thought of airtight bags and flexible tubes. This new substance seemed almost magical, full of promise. However, this early natural rubber had serious flaws. It was not the reliable material we know today. In the summer heat, it would become soft and sticky. It would melt into a gooey, smelly mess. Then in the cold winter, it turned hard and brittle. It would crack and break very easily. These problems made rubber almost useless for many practical things. It was a frustrating puzzle for inventors. Many people tried to fix rubber's difficult nature. They wanted to make it stable and dependable. One of these people was Charles Goodyear. He was not a trained scientist or a rich businessman. He was a hardware merchant who became fascinated by rubber. He saw the incredible things it could do if only its problems could be solved. He believed rubber could change the world for the better. Goodyear became completely dedicated to this challenge. He felt a strong pull to unlock rubber's true power. He knew that if rubber could be tamed, it would improve daily life. It could lead to new inventions and new industries. This dream pushed him forward. Even when things looked impossible, he was determined to find the secret that would make rubber useful, no matter the weather. Charles Goodyear began a long and difficult journey. He spent years trying to improve rubber. He mixed it with all sorts of different powders and liquids. He tried adding salt, pepper, and even stranger things. He hoped one of these mixtures would be the answer. Each experiment was a step into the unknown. He worked day and night, driven by his singular goal. His workshop was filled with strange smells and failed samples of rubber. His obsession with rubber took a heavy toll. Goodyear and his family fell into deep poverty. He was often in debt and even went to jail for it. Many people thought he was crazy for chasing this dream. They saw only his failures and his poverty. They could not understand his unwavering belief in rubber. But Goodyear did not listen to the doubters. He kept on experimenting, learning from every single mistake he made. He tried mixing rubber with magnesia, which seemed promising at first, but the rubber still didn't hold up well. He tried nitric acid, a dangerous chemical. This process created a smoother surface, but the rubber still had issues. He even sold rubber goods made with these early flawed methods. Sometimes these items would melt or fall apart, damaging his reputation further. Yet each failure taught him something new about rubber's strange properties. Despite countless setbacks, Goodyear never gave up. His persistence was truly remarkable. He believed that the solution was out there, waiting to be found. He just had to keep trying different combinations. This stubborn refusal to quit was his greatest strength. He was like a detective, searching for clues in a very difficult case. His workshop was a laboratory of trial and error, mostly error for many long years. One day, something unexpected happened. Goodyear was still deep in his experiments. He was trying a new mixture, this time combining rubber with sulfur. He had tried sulfur before, but not in this exact way. He was likely showing off a sample of this rubber-sulfur mixture. Perhaps he was in a general store or talking to someone about his work. He always carried his rubber samples with him, eager to test them. Then the accident occurred. Goodyear, in a moment of excitement or perhaps carelessness, dropped the piece of rubber. It did not just fall on the floor. Instead, it landed directly on a hot cast-iron stove. This was the kind of stove used for heating in those days. It was a completely unplanned event, a simple, everyday mistake that could have easily been overlooked. No one could have predicted what would happen next. His first thought was probably frustration. He likely expected the rubber to melt into a sticky, useless blob. That is what usually happened when rubber got too hot. He might have sighed, thinking it was another ruined sample, another failed experiment to add to his long list. He probably reached to scrape it off, expecting the worst. But what he saw surprised him greatly. The rubber was not melting as it normally did. Instead of melting, the rubber sample charred like leather. It became tough and firm, but still flexible. It did not turn into goo, it held its shape. This was a shock. The heat from the stove, combined with the sulfur, had changed the rubber in a new way. Goodyear realized instantly that this was different, this was special. This accident was the breakthrough he had been searching for all those years. The charred piece of rubber was the key. Goodyear had accidentally discovered vulcanization. This process, using heat and sulfur, transformed rubber completely. The treated rubber was no longer sticky in the heat. It did not become brittle in the cold. It was strong, elastic, and durable. It was the perfect version of rubber he had dreamed about. He had finally tamed the wild material. This was a huge moment. The impact of vulcanized rubber was immediate and revolutionary. Suddenly, rubber could be used for countless new things. Tires for bicycles, and then cars became possible. Waterproof boots and raincoats kept people dry. Hoses for water and steam became reliable. Belts for machinery helped power the Industrial Revolution. Life became safer, more comfortable, and more efficient, all thanks to this accidental discovery. Modern life would be unimaginable without it. Goodyear's story is not unique in the world of invention. Many important discoveries have happened by accident. Penicillin, the life-saving antibiotic, was found when mold grew on a forgotten lab dish. Post-it notes were born from a failed attempt to create a super-strong adhesive. These happy accidents, or serendipity, show that mistakes can be incredibly valuable. Sometimes the greatest innovations come from unexpected places and unplanned events. So Charles Goodyear's journey teaches us a powerful lesson. Persistence is vital even when faced with constant failure. But we also learn that accidents and mistakes can be gifts. They can open doors to new possibilities we never imagined. The path to breakthrough is often messy and unpredictable. By staying curious and observant like Goodyear, we can turn a simple slip-up on a hot stove into something that changes the entire world.